Peter Eliades with you, Stock Market Cycles Update. This is Monday, November 18th, and I have to attempt very seriously to bound my excitement because these are very exciting times. What I'm showing you here quickly is a newsletter. I used to write newsletters. Don't write them anymore. This was October 5th, 2007. And just to give a little bit of gravitas to some of the market opinions that I'm giving you, I want you to know that in October of 2007, we called for the possibility of a very important top in the market. You can read on here later in the newsletter. We'll show you once again why the market's on the brink of a potentially very dangerous and vulnerable time period. So I wanted to show you that. You can't tell much from one newsletter. I could have been bearish for the 17 years preceding that too. But we came up with two or three very good reasons why October of 2007 could and should have been a very important market bottom. And of course, it turned out to be that way. But the whole business of these updates that we're doing, and I want to emphasize it again, is in association with Stefan Scherman in Switzerland, a really bright wizard programmer who has done something that I've been wanting to do for over 20 years, maybe 25 years, and put together a software package that does the price projections on a very simple basis. It does them for you. Today we met another upside projection. This is on the New York Composite Index, and this is the nominal 5-week projection on the New York Composite Index. So the offsets would be 2.5 weeks, and that would be 12.1 to 13.8 trading days. These are the simplified offsets I'm showing you here, which are the red one is 12-day offset, and the blue one is 14. But the ones we do with Stefan's new software are fabulous because they do the exact fractional offsets that I need to get projections of accuracy. So this projection on the New York Composite, I know not too many of you follow the New York Composite, but it calls for 13,500.01 to 13,544.68. The high today was 13,498.08. So, okay, it didn't make it. It missed by 3 points, or probably a few tenths of a percentage point. But the bottom line is we are reaching projections day by day, more and more important ones. Perhaps the most important one that we should be looking at right now is the nominal 40-week projection on the S&P and how close we're coming to that. Let's take a quick look at that one. It's one exciting chart. The reason it's so exciting is this green band you see here. Let me go back out on that so you can take a look at it with more perspective. The green band here is the final upside projection that we have for the S&P cash. It's a wide band. It goes all the way up to 33.52 and change. But the most important thing is we are entering the lower band of the projection at the same time as we are coming up to these. One of them is the top blue line is a parallel channel from this lower line. The line down here is simply joining the tops from April and July of this year. So this is a really important chart, and as you can see, we're using the low from back in December of last year. And in terms of the crossing, it gives this projection up here, 31.35.04. The high today was 31.24.17. So just a tiny bit away from meeting that projection. Now, maybe the most important thing of all, and I spoke about this on the weekend update, was my own technical invention called the sign of the bear. It's a very, very rare signal. There have been decades in the market where we have not seen such a signal. We saw one in 1929, weeks before that very major high, and from 29, the next signal was in 1961. 39, 49, 59, 32 years later, we did not see a signal. We are in a position now, and I hope I'm not premature, but we have seen 11 consecutive churning days We need 18. So the streak could be broken any one of the next 7 trading days going into the day before Thanksgiving. If it is broken, I'll let you know. I'll be disappointed because anytime you come close to a sign of the bear, it's a very exciting time. And we are approaching being close to a sign of the bear. Let me tell you on a technical basis that the market has very seldom been this weak at a new all-time high. In fact, let me give you a set of conditions we have never seen before. Today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 Composite Index made new all-time highs. Those new all-time highs were accompanied by, number 1, a negative advanced decline line. Number 2, a McClellan oscillator reading below minus 14. This is ratio adjusted oscillator. And number 3, a summation index of smaller than 640. Those conditions have never been met before in the history of the stock market. Well, when you say history, you're exaggerating. Well, I don't know. I go back, a lot of people talk about history and they go back 10 or 20 years. I'm going back 90 years, folks, to the mid-1920s. So the underlying weakness that we see in the market now in terms of the breadth of the McClellan oscillator and the McClellan summation index is almost, in fact it is in some cases, unprecedented. That means we could and should be very close to some kind of potentially very important major market top. I don't think we're there yet, so I'm not yelling and screaming from the rooftops. If I see a sign of the bear indicator, then I'll tell you that we are there within at least a few weeks to 2 or 3. At the most, it's taken from a sign of the bear confirmation to a market top has been about 3 months. So could it go 3 months longer? Yes, it could. But if that signal is given, it's almost a death sentence for the market. Sometime over the next few weeks, I will show you the charts that virtually prove that. One other thing, I know it's been happening a lot lately, but for those of you that are technicians, you'll have heard about the Hindenburg omen. Well, another Hindenburg signal was given today. So 2 or 3 of them have been given quite recently. They're not great immediate market timers, but they do give you a sense. It's almost the same kind of sense in terms of churning as you're coming to do all-time highs that you get from my sign of the bear. So things are very exciting. If you're watching these updates for the first time, please go and subscribe. Bottom right, click on the little red banner. Once you subscribe, click on the notification bell, and we will keep you updated as closely as we can. And these are I can't emphasize, these are exciting times in the market. I want you to be with us as we go through them. Who knows, we may pinpoint a top for you. There's no guarantee of that. That's almost impossible to do. But I've done it before. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to comment, please make some favorable comments if you will, or unfavorable if you tell us why. Thanks a lot for watching.